Hey folks, here with Ross Bohmann, and we are in somewhere in Nebraska, eastern Nebraska, near Randolph, out here at a wind farm. And man, I don't get out enough, and I love seeing the MCE work. I've really enjoyed being able to hang out with you the last couple of days. This is
Yeah,
quite a job.
yeah, and I think you must have brought the warm weather with you because went from negative 15s and snow and all that stuff to 50 degrees. Truck says 59. I don't believe that, but it's much warmer now.
All right, next time there's bad weather, I'll come on out and we'll see if that helps.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it. Boy, what way to kick off the new year. We've already been pretty busy. This is just, it feels like week one, I guess, of the new year, and we're busy. This job kind of carried over from the last year, but I'm excited about this year. I'm excited about, I think, a little more solar work. We've done a lot of wind work together, and it's been fantastic. And some more solar sounds fun. I'm really enjoying those projects on the solar site, these refurb and go and fix them up. That's exciting.
yeah. I think I'd call them solar repowers,
Repower,
almost, or soft repowers.
resto mod.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's you take the same type of planning and experience and things and you can input it into that world, but it's definitely not the same as a wind repower, right? This
No.
a lot of moving parts still. I'd say 90% less risk involved.
Yeah, yeah. I think what I'm loving about this type of MCE work, and I'm just not going to share the Altair secret sauce, but I've been through MCE work as a tech and then was involved in leadership for a lot of years in my last job. But the way that you and Chance have been running and leading these crews, it has a special aspect that moves the jobs along faster than I've ever seen. And you know what it is when I'm talking. The word is scheduling, but we won't give the secret sauce because I really do think it's unique.
Yeah, I mean, um, you know, I guess just on this job, right? Yeah, we've gotten compliments from the customer, comparing us to other vendors and stuff, and the way we do work the scheduling, how we complete the work, and try to meet those deadlines in different fashions without, you know, going too far. They definitely appreciate it. The communication piece has been brought up, right? So, look, I'm not gonna say we're doing anything extraordinarily different. I think just the way we are doing it is much better received by the customer.
Uh, I've been in this industry a lot of years. To me, it's extraordinarily different. There's so many things you can't control out in the field with weather, wind, right, temperature, storms. But it's the way that that's the forward look that you have, and it's just really special.
Logistics.
Yeah, logistics,
Logistics.
shipping and logistics and procurement come into that quite a bit as well.
Yeah.
But no, very impressed and got to hang out here and witness a whole lot of safe, high quality work. I mean, down to the cleaning before things are ever touched is amazing. You guys are just doing a fantastic job. I'm really excited that I get to come out and actually witness it a little bit. It's a big deal for me.
Yeah, I think getting back to your roots and what the company's about, what the guys are doing. Sometimes it's a breath of fresh air to get out here. I know I've been out here for I think it's 3 weeks now. Uh, you know, it's a pretty extended time. Been a while since I've been in the field that long. But no, it's been good. Helping the guys stay structured. Uh, you know, Instead of them having to call me at odd times at night, they
Yeah.
know I'm here. I can help hands on or answer the question they need answered. So it's been good, and I get to There's some guys on this project that, even though we're a small company, I hadn't met yet. I don't get to go to the field as
Yeah.
often, right? So making those connections, these guys getting to see who I am and who's the guy putting this stuff together and telling us go do this work, right? I, I like that they understand that I know the work, So, and I think it makes them feel more comfortable.
Definitely. They have somebody, they have an expert right here that they can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you keep an eye out on things. And, just heard you on the radio a minute ago reminding somebody of something. And you might hear that again during the podcast because we're not too far away.
Radio's on.
We're staying out in some public area, but Ross keeps a visual of what's going on. So, and then I know you wanted to clean out the back of your truck, so folks, no lost points on Ross for not cleaning his truck. He's been living out here for quite a while, and a lot of different weather conditions, from snowstorms to now apparently 50 some degrees. And
Yeah, I think there's a pair of bibs there, 4 different jackets. It just depends on what the weather throws at us. It depends on what I grab out of the back seat and throw on. So
yeah, yep, and muddy, and but you do keep as tidy as possible. I'll tell you, I was putting an empty water bottle on the door, and Ross goes, no, this is my trash can here.
yeah,
Goes back.
I keep a little
You got to stay in order.
grocery sack hanging from the glove box.
Yes. What are you excited about for this next year?
Progress. Like you said, we haven't really pushed ourselves in the solar and BESS region, right? Our customers have come to us and asked us to do things, and we know how to do those things that they're asking, but we really haven't pushed it. We haven't, right? We've kind of poked at it, and it falls off our plate, and I think we're setting ourselves up this year to really tackle that and really show our expertise to our current customers and our new customers, what we can really do in that space and how much knowledge our guys actually have, right? That really hasn't been showcased, and we're going to do that this year.
Yeah. Um, so some of the solar campaigns that we did and some of the big change outs from last year, there wasn't a lot, but we had some. From my point of view, it was like watching Clark Kent go from Krypton to Earth.
Yeah.
He became He wasn't Superman at home, right? He was Superman when he left. These guys, they found new ways and efficiencies throughout some of the solar campaigns that were just very impressive. And I think it's the years of experience they had, from these kinds of I don't know, long logistical challenged jobs.
Right.
Being successful here, they brought that over. So that's the way I looked at it. It was like Clark Kent coming in.
Yeah, no, there's, even though the technology is much different, right? If you set that foundation in a technician in any task, right? I don't care if you're doing maintenance on a wind turbine. If you take that and then you go to changing out panels and combiner boxes and things like that, you understand that, okay, here's our baseline. This is what we need to get done. You assess it. Okay, with the team I have on site, this is how we're gonna put people, and this is the best way we can get it done. Right? It's same thing, different technology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed working from your truck for the last 2 days. It's amazing how much we can get done with a Starlink and a pickup.
Yeah, I don't. Enjoy's an aggressive word, but
Well,
it is
you
different.
got to do a lot of it.
Yeah.
I only got to do a little, right? Yeah, it is amazing, the technology. We just can keep going and running jobs and communications all over the country from the Truckffice. The Truckffice.
Truckffice.
It's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's you got to get out and stretch your legs every once in a while. That's for sure. But
Yes.
this project, these guys have. I'm not one of the guys that I'll try to sit in the truck and then I just see those guys work. I gotta go help, and then I'll be like, okay, I helped. Let me go get some more work done, type thing. So.
No, I watched that. When did they come through? Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's here for a little bit. And you go, hey, I gotta go. And you just opened up the door, changed all your clothes, and off you went. That's impressive.
Yeah.
There it is. Get the dirties back on.
Yep.
Very cool. I think gosh, sometimes I want to say we got lucky with culture, but we were intentional with how we treated each other, and we don't stop talking about it within the company. And I got to go for a ride with one of the guys here this morning to pick up some parts, and he just talked about the culture so much and some of the new people joining and telling me about that new person and what a great guy he is. I don't know, sometimes culture is such a what's a precious thing and fragile. So I'm always looking to like understand the formula behind it, but I think the simple answer is you continue to be a good person and letting everybody know that it's okay to be that good person and not get angry and upset and have the right attitude, and it's like a wildfire. It just keeps growing. That's my head around it, but I got an earful about it this morning, so
Yeah.
it's kind of on my mind, I guess.
Yeah. I think one of the things that we've pushed is, and I think we've done well, and I give a lot of credit to the operations team on that too, to keep pushing that I it doesn't matter if you're a 15-year technician or if it's your first day on the job. Everybody gets treated equally. Everybody's able to ask questions, and we strive to push these new technicians to ask as many freaking questions as they want to ask, right? Yeah, there may be some times where you're in the heat of the moment and you're like, look, just not right now. This is not the moment. This is not the teaching moment, right? But then you can go back and revisit, because that technician's going to sit there and watch that guy that just told him no. And, you know, he's going to go back and go, look, I did X, Y, and Z because of A, B, C,
Yep.
right? So, and you try to keep that momentum going and get these guys on these different projects. We may be doing MC right now. These guys, they could be on a solar project. They could be going to do a maintenance. And that's while I don't think every technician loves that,
Hmm.
I think it keeps everybody humble, and at the same time keeps you fresh on all the different aspects of the technology, right? A troubleshooter doesn't just know troubleshooting.
Yeah.
Come out here and help with this and learn, and maybe he finds out, well, I like troubleshooting, but I really like this, so I want to be the troubleshooter doing this.
Right.
You know?
And some like that MC. And so the guy I went for a ride with, he's really great in this space in MCE. And I said, you like this the most, don't you? Like this kind of work? And he goes, no, I love everything about the wind turbine.
Yeah.
I love doing it all. He goes, I love the wind turbine. I'll do anything. Man,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's that many of those kinds of folks out there, but that was pretty good. What about you? Personal reflections from the last year? Things you
I
want to continue with? Things you want to change for the new year?
Yeah, I mean, just to be a little vulnerable, right? Me personally, uh, last 2 years with growth, I mean, it's been pretty hectic, right? Uh, which is a great thing. But for me personally, I need to get a little more organized,
Mm,
right? That's my objective. Uh, Early this year is to really solidify some processes on my end on the sales side. Um, to me, I need to be more in sync with our ops team, stuff like that. Those are the things that I need to personally work on to help, that will also help the growth of Altair. What I loved about last year is I strive in fight or flight mode. I've always been that guy. I'm an adrenaline junkie. It's just how I've been. And I'm going to tell you, we were in fight or flight with the amount of work we had last year, quite a bit.
mm,
And it made me very happy that we excelled and progressed through that, right?
okay.
It's a big key identifier, in my opinion, to what our worth and what team we've built, right? So that I'm really happy about that. And yeah, I mean, hey, we're growing. We got some processes to fix, right?
Yep.
But in the field side, we're doing great, right? I
Mm-hmm.
There's no complaints there. You know, I got here this morning. I called a couple things out on the radio. You know, guys are like, "Yeah, we got it." You know, and it's the little things, right? That they probably remember, but you know, I gotta go. Well, the little things is usually what gets people, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
remind them. You know,
Yeah.
so
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. I did not know that you liked that crazy, busy atmosphere so much.
you know, everybody needs a break from it every once in a while. But it's. I think coming from the military and things like that, just I'm used to, you know, pivoting on a dime type thing. So
I appreciate you sharing that with me and with everyone, but mostly with me because I don't like that. No, I like to see the whole plan. Like I don't like step A if I don't see Z,
I know.
right? And so I'm just the other way. I don't know that I've always been that way. That might have just been as I aged, I guess.
Well, and
But yeah, you're right. You did keep a nice positive high energy through the whole thing.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think your position, right? It's a little different, right?
Yeah.
You are naturally the worrier, but with your position, right? It's good to be the worrier and
Yeah.
try to see those things and
I think that came with age too,
yeah.
if I were honest. Yeah. Wow. All right. Yeah, I like to see that forward vision. You're right. Everything's working well with executing in the field, service work. And now, as we continue to grow, it's about clarity, processes, roles and responsibility, all of those big company problems, I guess, we should be happy to have.
Yeah, and with a growing
Yeah.
company, that never stops, right?
No.
But not to make it sound like it's just a crapshoot going on in the background. It's more or less I like to get ahead of those things, right? And we had a conversation this morning about that. I'm I'm seeing things and I want to try to get ahead of them. That way we're in a better position, right? Instead of getting too big and then go, uh-oh.
I love that conversation because those are the conversations that I'm craving
Yeah.
all the time right now. So,
Yeah.
yes, that
So-
sounds good to me. That sounds real good to me. Um, we're going to have our first company workout later this month. I can't believe we're there. I can't believe we're there. And we're going to work on a lot of those things, processes, clarity, workflow, and then as well as some good old fashioned leadership training and things like that. But I'm pretty stoked, and our 6 founding members are going to be in attendance. Man,
Yeah, they're stoked. I've been hearing all about that.
yeah,
So, and you know, I'm looking forward to that because it's a real good opportunity to look at things from tops down and bottoms up, right? Especially when you're talking about those processes, because you know, the way we see it and the way the guys see it in the field, it could be completely different, right? And it's a good chance to solidify those things and work out whatever needs to be worked out. And these guys get to go back to the field and spread that knowledge and make sure everybody else understands it.
Yep.
And it does. That ends up making everybody's lives easier. So it's going to be good.
It's been good. Yeah, it's been 2.5 years, but back to a conference room for me. I don't know how I feel about it. I've liked being away. I've liked being away from them. Yeah, it's just funny how it all happens. And life keeps moving forward, doesn't it?
What's Up Renewables is growing, and we're looking for new sponsors to join us. Our show connects leaders, innovators, and field professionals across the renewable industry, and our sponsors are part of that conversation. Some have seen their network expand instantly. Others have grown revenue and brand visibility through the connections they've made right here. If you want your company to reach the people driving the future of clean energy, now's the time to get involved. Contact us at media@whatsuprenewables.com to become a sponsor today.
All right, I got a question for you, Russ. Had you seen yourself being in a sales or customer relationship management role in the past?
No, I did not. I'll be honest. I think salespeople are annoying. I think they, and I guess I picture that off of the good old car salesman. This guy that just those guys make me want to throw up. I don't
say anything to anybody.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
And you told me you're not the typical sales guy, and I know that, right? Because I told you. We were prepping for a headquarters visit with a customer and giving, the little pitch and thing. And I'm like, Adam, I'll never be able to throw a pitch like you do. I'm just not you. I can't memorize something in my head and look at a slide and try to say those things verbatim. I've never been good at it. I was the guy that studied for a test in school right before I had a test, and it wasn't studying. I would read over it and go, okay. And then go, and I was a straight A student. I had no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the difference, the way, people's brains work. But I enjoy it, right? I enjoy making connections with people. That's what I think I like about it, especially with the customers. I like talking shop. They call me like, hey, I got this problem, or hey, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, we can do that. And I don't just say, yeah, we can do it, I'll send you a quote. No, this is how we do it. This is why we like to do it this way. And this is how we're going to achieve this XYZ for your benefit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it naturally comes easy to me just because I understand the technical aspect as well. I think if I was a guy that just tried to come and be a salesman, let's just take the car sales, right? If I tried to go sell, high-end Porsches and Lamborghinis and stuff, but I couldn't tell you about the engine, what they do, how fast, like that, I would buy a car from that guy. I'm like, you don't even know. You don't even know what you're trying to sell me. So
I don't think I've ever met a salesman that knew everything about the car I'm looking at, to be honest.
well, that's
It's always up to me to figure it out.
that's a problem to me. If I'm giving that guy commission for selling me a car, he should be able to tell me about the car.
Yeah.
Or maybe I grew up with a gearhead dad, and that's the way I look at those things.
That's true. Well, it works out. I've somehow developed and honed that salesman skill, I guess, or presentation. But, I've been out of the field, and technology has grown so much that, I'm 1 to 3 questions deep, where you're 3 to 6.
Yeah.
So much more when it comes down to the aspects of the job that, well, buddy, I don't want to do any of those pitches without you.
Well, and I think it's funny when we go to the trade, I call them trade shows, but I think I'd say 75% of the time you lead in, and then I'm like the closer, I guess you'd say,
There you go.
But it's just, we're good at feeding off each other when it comes to sales, for sure, because you've had a lot of time in those boardrooms and talking with the execs and things like that. Look, I'm just the country boy with an accent from Texas that knows what the hell he's talking about. And it's the same thing. You can get through to some of those people with one sentence that would take me 5 sentences, right?
And the reverse is true when the RFP comes in and we have to list, we have to ask the technical questions. I don't know them.
Right. So
yeah, it works out good. Okay, so you hadn't seen yourself in the sales role, but here you are, and you're making it your way. I think is the way I'm hearing that. You're You're not just becoming what is maybe typical. You're bringing your own style and your own background to the table. And Ross, it's working, man. It works.
Well, I'm just keep being me. Tell me don't work, I guess.
Yeah, keep doing it. I think it's interesting. I've in the last year or so, I've met a few other people that, they're out there. They would say they're getting work, or
Right.
or a sentence like that, and I said, "Oh, you're sales. You're in sales." No, I'm not a salesman. So who talks to the customer to get the quote? And I do. Who sends in the quote? I do. You're a salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they look back and go, I guess so. It doesn't have to look the same to everyone, right? It can
Right.
look different, and you can make it your own style, and you should make it your own style. We're all individual people. But there are others out there that certainly found themselves in a sales role and probably never wanted it and didn't even know they were there when they were standing in the puddle.
Yeah. Well, and I think those people you've talked to that they're like, I'm not a salesperson. It's just knowing people, right? It's making those and that's why I think I say I like making those connections with those people.
Yes.
You know.
It is about the relationship, right? And there's a lot of trust on both ends. The person awarding the work or looking for it, that they might not have all the technical knowledge either. And you ask the questions and then give advice and
Right.
say, here's how I would do it. Here's how we would do it. You're building that partnership and trust.
Right.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal in our industry today because we've grown so much. So many people have moved jobs, and everybody's doing the best they can. Man, there are a lot of technical, small aspects to everything that happens, but it kind of takes a team and a partnership to pull off even a maintenance these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even a maintenance. To know what materials to bring, what tools to get, which piece of the maintenance to do, which ones not to do because it's maybe not the right time or there's an efficiency to gain.
Have torque values changed? Are they the same? Yeah, there's a lot.
It's a lot. It sure is exciting. Well, how long are you going to be in the field? When are you going back home?
Well, let's see here. If I had to take a guess, probably, hopefully, fly home Friday or Saturday is what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
We got some people got to come. We got some, I wouldn't call it demolition, but we got to get rid of some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So they got to come out and cut it up. I just want to make sure our customers happy with the hot work and the precautions and those things that we set up before I leave. So
Nice. Well, I don't know. There's good times and challenging times each year to do a lot of crane work. This was a little more challenging, but pulling it off pretty well.
the real question is, when did you want me back in the office?
A month ago. A month ago.
Oh, that's funny. No, it was. I think, being in Nebraska this time of the year, I'm really surprised at the weather we have had. I think it's better than I expected. It was a little rough when we showed up. Negatives. We had 2 days of 75-mile-an-hour winds, and I had 6 blades on the ground. That didn't have me very comfortable. But we got out here. We made sure we had extra stuff to tie these things down, try to protect the customer's assets as best we could. And we've gotten through everything. And today should be the last day of crane work.
That's exciting. It's exciting. Well, let's see. I've been traveling around a little area in Nebraska here. I've learned some local things. I learned that O'Neill is the Irish capital of Nebraska. So shout out to O'Neill. I've learned that Randolph is the honey capital of Nebraska. I didn't quite understand it because I haven't seen any beehives, and I live around a lot of beehives and honey production.
Right.
And they had to explain to me it's a per capita calculation. That's how they got that name.
Okay.
So I gotta get some Randolph honey on the way out of here.
There you
I
go.
could be putting those plates on those hubs, right?
And, yeah, there's your radio going
Yeah.
off. Yeah, but I do love this area, and it's been fun to get to know some of the local spots, and I got some family here I got to see. So it's been a very rewarding and productive trip for me. That's for sure.
No, I mean, I definitely say this area of Nebraska, that, you know, seem like good people, and, you know, especially over here in Randolph, you can't drive by somebody without them waving, you know. It makes me feel like I'm still in Texas. There's not a lot of places you go anymore where, you know, anytime you drive by, you give them a wave. So that's nice.
Last night I had a dinner real late, and just sat at the bar quick. Another guy at the end of the bar, also in wind, kind of a competitor to Altair.
Yeah.
And so what are you doing? He goes, we do the big catastrophics. We repair them and all this stuff. And yeah, we do too. And so it's the same thing. Ran into a wind tech that was, I don't know, I guess I think he was a foreman on the crew.
Yeah.
And working somewhere a little east of here. But boy, the industry is funny that way, right? You run into some of these small towns, and you're going to see other people in the industry doing the exact same thing.
I had actually, when I showed up out here, I'm not a big social media guy, but every once in a while I'll get on the old Snapchat, see what people have been up to. And I saw a buddy of mine was about 20 minutes that way, doing MCE work on G145s. And back when I was at Mountain Renewables, when I met him, and we did a gearboxes exchanges on those across the nation. And I was like, man, are you still over there? He's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, we need to get dinner today. Yeah, it was, you know, and it's just a happen chance thing, right? But
Yep.
It's still a small world, you know. You can meet somebody you know anywhere. I've met people in airports also,
Yep.
just walking by. It's crazy. So
Was it last year? My wife was traveling somewhere alone. I think she was in Dallas. Somebody in an Altair hat walked past her. She didn't know who it was.
yeah,
That was pretty good. I've been using LinkedIn a lot professionally as far as social media, and when I travel, I try and just put a post out there, and I've gotten, lucky about every time somebody reaches out and I get to have an extra, even if it's a phone call,
right.
or a quick lunch or something with someone else, and continue to network and meet people. And this one didn't work out that way. I did get an invitation to Kansas City and Fort Collins, a couple of but I couldn't. That was a little
Close,
too
but
far.
not close enough.
Yeah, it's closer than California. I know, but yeah, not. But that's it. You know, so social media, it's kind of powerful.
It is.
I don't. What did you say? It's a Snapchat. I
Yeah,
don't have
that's-
that one, but
Yeah, and well, a lot of the guys have it. They like to, you know,
Yeah.
add me and stuff. And,
yeah,
but it is, right? So, man, growing up, I raced growing up, right? And we traveled, well, I would say all over the country. I'd say if you drew a line up from Texas in the middle, everywhere east, we
Oh.
pretty much raced. And, you know, so even at a younger age, I knew more people outside of home than I knew at home. And so, and then I went in the military. That expanded that. And then here we are in wind. So, I definitely know more people. I have 3 good friends at home. So it's the only people I really know. And so I definitely know more people around the country than I do at home. And
yeah.
I'm not always the best at remembering where everybody is or if they've moved, you know. We were just at, I can't remember which trade show was in Phoenix.
ACP.
Yeah. And then come to find out, I had 2 buddies, well, one buddy from the industry and another buddy from the military that moved out there. And I was like, man, I wish I would have known, you know? So, but yeah, it's nice being able to travel and make new connections, see old friends. It's really nice.
Yeah, I had when we were leaving the hotel this morning, I was down in the lobby working, and we came down, and the hotel staff happy to see you and good morning and have a good day. And I had flashbacks to when I was a traveling tech. Yeah, the hotel staff becomes like this weird extended family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back in my time, there wasn't cell phones even for a little while, so we'd call from the hotel phones, and so
Right.
Steph got to know the hotel staff over the phone,
Yep.
just calling to connect me to room, whatever.
Right.
And we'd tell this story a lot. And I think it was the first Easter Colton was alive. I was in Storm Lake, Iowa at a hotel for so long. I couldn't go home, so I flew Steph and Colton out to me. The staff was so excited, for no money, they gave us the best suite for free, and I put in all this decorations and an Easter basket and candy.
That's cool.
For Colton. He was a baby, so I probably ate it. But yeah, because they become extended family.
Yeah, this sweet lady at that hotel. You didn't see her this morning, probably, but well, you probably got up earlier than me. But every morning I'll walk out. It doesn't matter if it's noon. She's like, "You want me to make you a breakfast sandwich?" I'm like, "No, you don't need to. It only takes a couple minutes. I'll go make you breakfast." I'm like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll get my coffee and I'll be all right." But it's nice, and uh, it's not like it's not like I stayed in a mom and pop where you would expect that. It's
Right.
it's a larger chain hotel so it's nice to get those types of places and people that actually care.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's simple. All you got to do is be approachable, talk to people, be a little social. Some folks don't get that same treatment, right?
Yeah.
But you just open up a little bit and give a smile and a good morning, good evening, those kinds of things. You'll start to find those. I don't know. It's nice, right? It's almost like a little piece of home when you're not there. When you start to get to know folks,
Yeah.
if you get a little more comfortable. Yeah, that was pretty special. Let's see. We got a pretty good lineup of conferences. Well, you said trade shows for us this year, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping those in mind. So February is Veterans in Energy,
Mm-hmm.
DC. I put it on your calendar in case you hadn't had your ticket yet.
I know. Yeah, I know, and I've been meaning to get to that one last year.
We got to make it.
I did enjoy the veterans portion of the last conference we went to, and I do. That's it's pretty powerful getting to talk to other guys that you didn't serve with them, but it doesn't matter. If you were Navy, Army, Marine, it doesn't matter. It's all a similar story in some shape or form, right? And you automatically connect with those guys. So I need to go to that. I'm excited about ACP though.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have our first booth this year.
First booth.
And
Our 3rd-year anniversary.
yeah.
3rd-year anniversary, first booth.
And I'm super excited, one, because we'll have space to bring customers to,
Yeah.
which is nice. But, I guess I'm proud to be able to put a booth there and show the Altair. I think that's special to me. I think it'll be nice to see our customers walking around and being, "Oh man, look," So I think it's going to be real good, and I got to finish all the planning with that. Nobody told me that it's like pulling tooth and nail to get all that stuff sorted, but I think I'm halfway done with all that. Just gotta tidy it up. We'll be good to go for that show. But we also have the O&M Safety Show, or I think it's back in Orlando this year.
OMS Orlando. Yeah.
OMS.
I can't remember what month. If it's March, I think March-ish.
Yeah.
And then a new one I want to try. There's a solar asset management kind of conference in San Diego in March, April area. A couple of people recommended that one for us.
Yeah.
Check
There's-
that out.
If I had $1 for all the different shows that happen throughout
Yeah.
the year, I mean, that would be a full-time traveling gig on its own, you know. But I think we're pretty good at picking ones that we think are a little more strategic for us.
And we can divide and conquer some of the smaller ones too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, I've done a bad job at home being a salesman,
Oh,
right? Houston, I'm just outside of Houston. And Houston is a mecca for energy and companies that are involved in energy. You know, everybody thinks about Houston, it's just oil and gas. That's not true. There are so many renewable companies within Houston. And, you know, I haven't even scoped my backyard. And, you know, I need to do that. I need to connect with those customers. So you can add that to the list of what I want to do this year.
to dos.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I might have the same thing to do in my area. There's a lot more going on in California than really tapped
Solar
into.
and battery is
Yeah,
absolutely exploding in your area.
right.
You know, not to say California, but specifically around Tehachapi.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. One of my favorite parts of the year were how many Altair people came through Tehachapi. God dang. I was just soaking that up and loving it.
yeah, did you tell everybody about your Christmas party?
I put it on LinkedIn.
Yeah?
I did a post. Yeah. With a big thank you to my wife because 25 people at the house, but it was a lot of extra work. And zero problems, you know, went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
And at the end of the evening, I was sitting down and visiting with, you know, some people had left, but with the folks that were still there, family and friends. And I put this in that post. I had a weird just sense of belonging. Like, that's where I needed to be that day. And those days are pretty special. Those days are special. So, yeah, we had our kids home, all of our family near us in California. And then I think 7 Altair people, and they brought a few of their family members. So we had a full house. And yeah. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Tyrone made a pot of chili. Oh my goodness. It was the best chili in the world. And, you know, Steph made enough food to feed 150 people. But, man, it was fun. That chili was the bomb.
Well, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to try some of that chili.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're watch this one, Tyrone. I like my chili too.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Altair Energy Services, and their highly trained, expert technical staff, leveraging decades of renewable power management experience into customized solutions for everyone to meet their energy goals and contribute to a better future for all. Altair's team of hardworking, respected experts are providing full-scope, turnkey repairs, planned and unplanned maintenance, system upgrades, fully autonomous technical crews, supplemental staffing, and customized dynamic scheduling to fit your power production needs. Contact Altair at info@altairenergyservices.com and learn more about their wide range of capabilities across multiple power technologies and platforms.
It's been a real treat to come out and I got to meet new Altair people that I haven't met before, and see some that I haven't been able to connect with in quite a while. It's right here in my face. I'm not getting out to the field enough.
Right.
Yep, that's in my face. I see you staring off there somewhere. If you need to,
Yeah, no.
just right.
Watch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make more trips out to the field. That's a must do for me. And I think it's more and more possible as the company grows. I can get away from the desk a little bit more.
Yeah.
And come out. But it's been That's a real treat for me. I don't know if you've noticed, I'm probably not catching up on a lot of podcasts, but we've had some more of the Altair technicians throughout the year get on the podcast. I'm not pushing this. Here's what I say. It's like, if you'd like to, let's go do it.
Yeah.
If you don't like to, that's okay too. But just to make it available, if you'd like to come and have a conversation.
I think it's exciting for them, right? It's something different, right? Okay, and most of the technicians are younger. They know these podcasts, and so I think it's exciting for them, and it's on my radio right now. I started this Celine Horn one, and I think I only got 10 minutes into it before my phone was blowing up again. But I enjoy watching the ones with the technicians just because maybe I can learn things that I don't know. And, I haven't even been able to meet Celine yet.
Oh,
I look forward to it. Uh, Braden had her on her first job. Says she's a go-getter, She's hanging right in there with the guys. And I know, they went out and golfing and all the things, it makes me jealous, but
right.
so no, I enjoy that, and I think it's good for the guys to or gals to get in that setting and be comfortable, right? Because I think that helps progress a career in different ways than you realize. Sitting in front of a camera and getting asked random questions, right? You might as well show up at the O&M and the site manager is asking you all these questions, right? It's same concept, just kind of a different setting, right? So,
right. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right, so you haven't listened to Celine, so I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
But it was a real pleasure getting to know her.
Yeah.
Some more and hearing her story, and she really kind of opens up on like what drives her. It's kind of cool, and it was cracking me up because she was apparently very nervous to do it, but the conversation was like smooth and easy. And you've been in the studio enough. We always try to make everybody feel real comfortable. But I love hearing being able to sit down and interview a technician. That is really special to me. Maybe it's part of just the passion behind the podcast a little bit, and I was a technician, but I love hearing the stories, their startup to career progression, what they're working on, what they'd like to do next, all of those things. And I don't know how great it is for the podcast, but man, I love those people's stories. That's really special. And I think I'd like to do some more of those this year, and some more technical talk, right? I'd like to talk more of some of the folks that are, maybe technical experts, but offering a new technology, offering new techniques even on repairs and things like that.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why you essentially started the podcast is because
that's true.
There's all those people out there that have some technology or whatever you want to call it, and it's not always easy to get that in front of people that you don't know, and maybe you'll never meet without putting that out there, and I think it's important to share your story, especially when you're starting something new. It's part of that sales thing, right? You gotta put that out there and convince them why you're the best.
Yeah.
And maybe, you might not be the cheapest, but if you can put the rhyme behind the reason, it might be more fitting for somebody to go that route. So,
well, value per dollar, I think, will always win.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, in that space. But yeah, looking forward to that for the podcast this year. Looking forward to getting Jacob out to a few more conferences. Well, we're in California, so anything in that San Diego, Vegas is easy.
Well, hold on. I think it's a good time to let the world know that What's Up will be at ACP.
That's right.
And if you need to do a shout out on your product or your business, it's going to be a great place to do it.
That's right. What's Up Renewables will be at ACP with media man Jacob Smith himself, and interviews Any day, any hour,
Yeah.
right there. Come visit the Altair booth, and you'll see him there, and a helper. I guess I pretty sure I think I know who's coming. Maybe I won't say it yet if the tickets aren't in.
Yeah.
But yeah, excited about that. Hope folks like that, right? An extra way to get your message out. And look, it's all about networking at the conferences, right? So we're just trying to add that digital helper, right? For your companies, for your products, for your services, new technologies. Come and do it. Jacob will set you up, and we can keep telling those stories and spread the word.
Won't be. I mean, how do you beat that?
No,
I mean, it's already there. You don't have to fly anywhere. You don't have to
it's
go anywhere.
simple.
It's there.
It's simple, right? And we've got this Riverview software down. I guess we should be happy about that. Apparently, it's the best software for a remote podcast. It can be a little finicky, but we've done a handful now. It's working pretty good. So we're not being such a stickler that you have to come to our studio in Tehachapi. We'll do some remote ones. And I mean, here we are, Ross. We're sitting on a dirt road in Nebraska.
Yeah.
With the Wi-Fi on the roof. What do you call that? The Starlink on the roof.
Yeah, that's my cord hanging.
And the laptop on the dash, and there you go. You get a podcast.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And I know you've talked about wanting to possibly expand and doing some field stuff and product stuff if people are interested. So I think people just I don't look at the likes and comments and things on this stuff, but I think that's a good way to let Jacob, the manager of all this, know that, hey, I have a product and stuff, and I want to be on the show and get this out there too. Don't wait to travel or wait for ACP. It's the whole point of pivoting to these remote podcasts. So
that's right. Yeah. If you've been on the podcast, if you'd like to, you like the stories, you're right. The simple like and comment continues to spread those messages. And if you're one of those people wanting to spread messages, you can help everybody else out by doing exactly what you would like them to do with yours.
Yep.
It's simple. It's free.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This podcast is just a passion project anyway. So yeah, continue to do that. All right. Well, what do you think? Final thoughts?
I think I'm ready for these guys to fly this rotor and go get a good dinner. That's what I think.
Oh, that sounds
good. That's my final thoughts right now.
You got the good win window?
Absolutely. We here in just over 15 minutes we'll be in our window.
No kidding.
Yep.
All right. I was afraid I was going to miss it.
Oh, no.
Afraid I was going to miss it. So I'm excited. I haven't seen one of those in, well over a year, maybe a year and a half. Missed all the other ones. I do love it when they take pictures, though, and little videos and send them to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing cooler than getting one of those from one of the techs. And some of them they have a lot of fun. Putting the moon in the hook or the sun in the, I don't know, the different lighting and
well, this be a good shout out for all the technicians that listen.
Yep.
Record videos, do your thing. Don't just put them on social media. There's if you're on public access, you can take whatever picture you want. When you're up tower and you start posting things, somebody's gonna see it. So it's just a friendly reminder to always mind your P's and Q's on social media when it comes to technologies and things like that in these. And this could be wind, solar, or BESS, right? They all have, an NDA saying, hey, you can't do this, you can't share that, right? So always get permission from the site or anybody before doing those things.
It's a great point. Yeah, managing your phone, managing social media, it's tricky. And sometimes it's not real clear on what the rules are. But yeah, if you're on a wind turbine, you're at a solar site, you're on somebody's private property.
Yep.
They own that property. They own that power plant, whether it's a turbine or solar or anything else. That's theirs. You don't own it. They do try to protect their information. Some of it's proprietary for the OEMs. Some of it's private for the owner, for the investor. So, yeah, let's respect theirs. It's just like if, somebody comes into your home to fix the water heater and they're wanting to take pictures and post it. May not be okay with you. May not be okay. So, those are good rules. Good rules to remember. All right, boy, we ended it with like an after school special kind of
Yeah, there
public service announcement for everyone
you
how to manage your social media. That's good advice. All right, Ross, I'm looking forward to an exciting 2026, and hey, thanks for letting me hang out with you and the crew for a couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely.